An Epistle to Richard Boyle, Earl of Burlington, by Alexander Pope. 'Tis strange the miser should his cares employ to gain those riches he can ne'er enjoy. Is it less strange the prodigal should waste his wealth to purchase what he ne'er can taste? Not for himself he sees or hears or eats. Artists must choose his pictures, music, meats. He buys for Topham drawings and designs, for Pembroke statues, dirty gods, and coins. Rare monkish manuscripts for Hearn alone, and books for Mead, and butterflies for Sloane. Think we all these are for himself? No more than his fine wife, alas, or finer whore. For what is Vero painted, built, and planted, only to show how many tastes he wanted? What brought Sir Visto's ill-got wealth to waste? Some demon whispered, "Visto, have a taste." Heaven visits with a taste the wealthy fool, and needs no rod but Ripley with a rule. See sportive fate, to punish awkward pride, bids Bubo build, and sends him such a guide. A standing sermon at each year's expense, that never coxcomb reached magnificence. You show us Rome was glorious, not profuse, and pompous buildings once were things of use. Yet shall, my lord, your just, your noble rules fill half the land with imitating fools, who random drawings from your sheets shall take, and of one beauty many blunders make. Load some vain church with old theatric state, turn arcs of triumph to a garden gate. Reverse your ornaments, and hang them all on some patched dog-hole, eked with ends of wall, then clap 4 slices of pilaster on it, that laced with bits of rustic makes a front. Or call the winds through long arcades to roar, proud to catch cold at a Venetian door. Conscious they act a true Palladian part, and if they starve by rules of art. Oft have you hinted to your brother peer a certain truth, which many buy too dear. Something there is more needful than expense, and something previous even to taste. 'Tis sense, good sense, which only is the gift of heaven, and though no science, fairly worth the 7. A light which in yourself you must perceive, Jones and Lenote have it not to give. To build, to plant, whatever you intend, to rear the column, or the arch to bend, to swell the terrace, or to sink the grot, in all let nature never be forgot. But treat the goddess like a modest fair, nor overdress, nor leave her wholly bare. Let not each beauty everywhere be spied, where half the skill is decently to hide. He gains all points who pleasingly confounds, surprises, varies, and conceals the bounds. Consult the genius of the place in all, that tells the waters or to rise or fall, or helps the ambitious hill the heavens to scale, or scoops in circling theatres the veil, calls in the country, catches opening glades, joins willing woods, and varies shades from shades, now breaks or now directs the intending lines, paints as you plant, and as you work designs. Still follows sense of every art the soul, parts answering parts shall slide into a whole. spontaneous beauties all around advance. Start even from difficulty, strike from chance, nature shall join you. Time shall make it grow, a work to wonder at, perhaps a stow. Without it, proud Versailles thy glory falls, and Nero's terraces desert their walls. The vast parterres 1,000 hands shall make. Lo, Cobham comes and floats them with a lake. Or cut wide views through mountains to the plain, you'll wish your hill or sheltered seat again. Even in an ornament its place remark, nor in an hermitage set Dr. Clark. Behold Villario's 10 years' toil complete. His arbors darken, his espaliers meet. The wood supports the plain, the parts unite. The strength of shade contends with strength of light. A waving glow the bloomy beds display, blushing in quiet diversities of day. With silver quivering rills meandered o'er, enjoy them you. Villario can no more. Tired of the scene, parterres and fountains yield. He finds at last he better likes a field. Through his young woods how pleased Sabinus strayed, or sat delighted in the thickening shade, with annual joy the reddening shoots to greet, or see the stretching branches long to meet. His son's fine taste an opener vista loves, foe to the dryads of his father's groves. One boundless green, or flourished carpet views, with all the mournful family of yews. The thriving plants ignoble broomsticks made, now sweep those alleys they were born to shade. At Timon's villa let us pass a day, where all cry out, what sums are thrown away! So proud, so grand of that stupendous air, soft and agreeable, come never there. Greatness with Timon dwells in such a draught as brings all Brobdingnag before your thought. To compass this, his building is a town, his pond an ocean, his parterre a down. Who but must laugh, the master, when he sees a puny insect shivering at a breeze? Lo, what huge heaps of littleness abound, the whole a labored quarry above ground. 2 cupids squirt before, a lake behind improves the keenness of the northern wind. His gardens next your admiration call. On every side you look, behold the wall. No pleasing intricacies intervene, no artful wildness to perplex the scene. Grove nods at grove, each alley has a brother, and half the platform just reflects the other. The suffering eye inverted nature sees, trees cut to statues, statues thick as trees, with here a fountain never to be played, and there a summer house that knows no shade. Here Amphitrite sails through myrtle bowers, there gladiators fight or die in flowers. Unwatered see the drooping seahorse mourn, and swallows roost in Nilus's dusty urn. My lord advances with majestic mien, smit with a mighty pleasure to be seen, but soft by regular approach, not yet first through the length of yon hot terrace sweat. And when up 10 steep slopes you've dragged your thighs, just at his study door he'll bless your eyes. His study? With what authors is it stored? And books, not authors, curious is my lord. To all their dated backs he turns you round. These all disprinted, those de Sewell has bound. Lo, some are vellum, and the rest as good, for all his lordship knows, but they are wood. For Locke or Milton 'tis in vain to look. These shelves admit not any modern book. And now the chapel's silver bell you hear, that summons you to all the pride of prayer. Light quirks of music, broken and uneven, make the soul dance upon a jig to heaven. On painted ceilings you devoutly stare, where sprawl the saints of Verrio or Laguerre. On gilded clouds in fair expansion lie, and bring all paradise before your eye. To rest, the cushion and soft Dean invite, who never mentions hell to ears polite. But hark! The chiming clocks to dinner call. 100 footsteps scrape the marble hall. The rich buffet, well-colored serpents grace, and gaping tritons spew to wash your face. Is this a dinner? This a genial room? No, 'tis a temple and a hecatomb. A solemn sacrifice performed in state. You drink by measure, and to minutes eat. So quick retires each flying course, you'd swear Sancho's dread doctor and his wand were there. Between each act, the trembling salvers ring, from soup to sweet wine, and God bless the King. In plenty starving, tantalized in state, and complacently helped to all I hate. Treated, caressed, and tired, I take my leave. Sick of his civil pride from morn to eve, I curse such lavish cost and little skill, and swear no day was ever passed so ill. Yet hence the poor are clothed, the hungry fed, health to himself and to his infant's bread. The laborer bears what his hard heart denies, his charitable vanity supplies. Another age shall see the golden ear embrown the slope, and nod on the parterre. Deep harvests bury all his pride has planned, and laughing Ceres reassume the land. Who then shall grace, or who improve the soil? Who plants like Bathurst, or who builds like Boyle? 'Tis use alone that sanctifies expense, and splendor borrows all her rays from sense. His father's acres who enjoys in peace, or makes his neighbors glad if he increase, whose cheerful tenants bless their yearly toil, yet to their Lord owe more than to the soil, whose ample lawns are not ashamed to feed the milky heifer and deserving steed, whose rising forests not for pride or show, but future buildings, future navies grow. Let his plantation stretch from down to down, first shade a country, and then raise a town. You too proceed, make falling arts your care, erect new wonders and the old repair. Jones and Palladio to themselves restore, and be whate'er Vitruvius was before. The kings call forth the ideas of your mind, proud to accomplish what such hands designed. Bid harbors open, public ways extend, bid temples worthier of the god ascend. Bid the broad arch the dangerous flood contain, the mole projected break the roaring main. Back to his bounds their subject sea command, and roll obedient rivers through the land. These honors peace to happy Britain brings. These are imperial works and worthy kings.